Editor Kylie here because I forgot to record an intro or an outro to this video. This video is about my D&D notebook. So I use this for Curse of Strahd. This is the one that I actually sell in my shop, but I have tailored this to me. Got some more unique flares to it. Hopefully it gives you ideas if you buy this from my shop. All right, it's gonna be a little awkward because this cover, I will be selling some of these. These are actually made out of old book innards? Paraphernalia. The word for book guts is called paraphernalia. My sister used to own a sketchbook shop co where she took the covers and made sketchbooks. So she has loads of this and she closed her shop. So I was like, well, maybe we can use some of it. Though not all of it, she had loads. So that's what this is. This is actually a blank inside page of a book. This is actually the Lord of the Rings one, which they're not all going to be themed like that because it is just random. So this was like my test version. This is just cardstock. I just punched it. I actually didn't have, I'll pull it off. I actually didn't have my punch because I moved out of the basement. So if you look at it, it's actually a hole punch and then snipped, which I have a video about. You can get a hole punch for $1 anywhere and then punch it without buying the $30 or $75 punch. Since I don't have those at home, I didn't actually use a punch for that. Just decorative. And then this is the actual cover, right? But I kept this in here because I actually made a pocket on it. Again, this is just cardstock. I just have some glue here and I punched it. This is just blank cards. And then this is actually an item I received. We're playing Curse of Strahd. I'm a ranger and I of course have a bow, so he gave me a special quiver. And then this, so I actually pinned this together. I never move this page because I'm constantly, keeping track of hit points and whatever. You can see there's like, or maybe you can see there's different colored pen because I ran out. I actually use a Frixion pen because you can, and again, it's pinned together. So these are just paper clips. I think I found them at Staples. I've had them for forever. So you can literally erase. You can erase the green too because it was the same kind of Frixion pen. So it was +2, +1. And that's what I do just so it doesn't like smear or, although it won't smear with this on it. But we're actually gonna pin all of these together because I don't need to see the beginning. Then I made my own little like spell slot counter because that's one thing I didn't design in my notebooks and it's a major flaw. But of course I have all of them in bulk, so like there's not much I can do about that flaw right now. I used to have like an index card and I've reinforced it with washi tape that's green and gold to kind of match the ranger feel. And again, this was in a cardstock pack, but it's also paper and this is dry erase. Of course, I'm a Beastmaster, so I keep track of my kitty cat's health points. My kitty cat's name is Fluffy 2 because the first one died. And then this is that quiver that I mentioned. It has way too much. I couldn't use any like cool item cards, but I keep track of my charges, how many arrows I've used. It holds 10 that turn magical, and then each of these is like the different spells you can cast with it. And it goes on to the back, but this is just paper I punched and I, again, reinforced it because sometimes I take this out so I can see both sides. And then this is all of my feats down here. Then you have my background stuff. I'm always in charge of party funds, so I don't draw like my appearance. So instead of using this section for treasure, I actually just put like party funds in this. And then anything special, like special items, maybe I put in treasure, but most of the time, like most of my party just claims it and then it's gone forever. My background, this is my companion, Fluffy 2, and all of their attacks. As a ranger, you get some spells. So here's all my spells. I also put in if it's an action or a bonus action, that kind of thing. This is 1 per long rest because of some feat or ability. My spell DCs, sometimes I write these on that card in the front just so it's all in one place. So I'll write it down here. My actual spells, so I write them in. I color what it is, so it's verbal. This one is 1 minute concentration. Sometimes I highlight stuff, so this is like the attack save is dex, and then I write the number in here. Up here is the damage. I don't have that many spells, but they're all in here. So bad at actually using the archive. I need to archive at least 3 more people. Here's all the people that we've met, and I write down, where we met them. So this actually, that's their name. They're Durst, but we met them We didn't meet them. They were just paintings of them because they're Rose and Thorn's parents at Death House. So this is like the very beginning of Curse of Strahd. Some of them I have more notes and some of them not. So like this is the Mardikovs. I'm trying not to spoil, but let's just say there's a winery and there's a bunch of people, and so I just wrote all of their names in there. So that's some of the people. I'm pretty good at remembering the locations, partially because our DM just gave us the map and I was like, okay, so I kind of don't write as many things in here. So, you know, I have the village of Barovia, but like I don't write a lot of details in here because I tend to remember that pretty well. Then comes like the mess. So I don't write party details because honestly, my party isn't big on role playing. So there's not a lot of intrigue there, you know? I think if we had, I don't know, a warlock or something that had a patron and we needed to like figure something out, maybe I would write more notes here. But I have a party of 2 barbarians, me, and then an artificer. So there's not a lot of backstory, but there is a lot of punching. Some of these note pages are older. I had an old set of pages from a journal that didn't like work out, and we changed the paper. I don't think you can tell on screen. It is like slightly more yellow, but you can't tell even in person. They feel slightly different. That's about it. My session notes. This is Death House. So if you're playing, you know, maybe ignore it. I was drawing out all the rooms and things on the map. We got our tarot card reading and I wrote it down in 2 places. I started writing it while he was talking and then I just ran out of room. And so then I rewrote it here. This is like the crazy notes. I try so hard to keep like code, but it always just turns out into dashes. But I do write like what people we meet over here, not in this section as much. I'll write details, but I'll write their name here. That way when I go to archive, I'm like looking at this, I know, okay, there's more details probably in the notes about this person to archive them. Down here is like our loot and stuff. A lot of these we've sold, but I'll move that to my other page. And then as they go away, I erase them from our inventory because otherwise it'll just be crazy long. So I have this little, it looks like, you know, it almost looks like a D20, but it's not. That's normally to denote where we are or where we last were. Normally put them on the bottom because I have like a Hobonichi planner and I'm used to thumb tabs on the bottom so you can just easily find the page and like turn it. So that's a kind of a keynote. Not that putting them on top is bad, but it's just like, it just feels more natural to thumb through and pull it out. There's so many like side things you can do in Curse of Strahd. So I put as much as I could on this list. Some of them I've checked because we've done it. I've kept this in here and I folded it in half just so that I could like see on both sides and it's easier to turn. The rest is just blank. And I also included a few more of those sheets of paper in the back. We're actually transitioning the notebooks so that they all have this chipboard in the back. I've been enjoying it more with the chipboard, but it does just give it a little bit more sturdiness. Although honestly, I have so many pages in here that it's pretty sturdy on its own. In fact, there's too many pages. We're getting close to the point like of no return where they'll literally just start popping out when you keep the book closed. If your pages are popping out like that, it shouldn't be doing that. That means you have too many pages in here. So you need bigger discs. I sell a few, but honestly, you can get them on Amazon for pretty cheap too, or go to a craft store and you can find them. So we're transitioning to this chipboard. I have this, I bought it on Amazon. There are like 4 of them. I can put a link down there. Like I could probably order them from China and sell them myself because like it's well made. It's something you could totally do, but I always hesitate to do that because, you know, like buying and reselling is not really my thing. I like homemade stuff. And I honestly was gonna make my own pin loop for this, but I just ran out of time and I was like, this is easier. I need something and it's gold, but I keep it on here with this. This is an invitation we got to Strahd's house. Our DM gave me that, so I don't want to lose it in case, I don't know, he wants it back. So I actually just keep my pen loop there and I keep it attached. And I don't want to fold it up to fit it in the pocket or anything. And this is the back cover, and then I have another one of those. And you can see it's a little beat up, but just to add like a leafy feel. And legitimately, that is it. Some things I want to add to it though, like I was considering adding something to keep it closed. The problem is At least before, it was hard to use those bands because it wasn't very sturdy, but I'm gonna try again now that we use chipboard. You can see like how close this is to the top. Kind of hard to see, but I honestly need bigger discs. It's because I have so much extra crap. When you get your journal, you get it with 128 pages, can fit 150. The page, because I'm a paper nerd, so and I like good quality paper, the paper is thicker, so it probably fits a little bit less than that. So if you're you think you're going to add more pages to it, definitely buy more discs or bigger discs. These are 1-inch discs. I think just go for 2. If you're going to go bigger, go big, go 2. Or buy another set of 1-inch discs and archive stuff, unlike me. Don't keep everything all in one place. That's it. That's my journal. I hope you like this video. Sorry for poor quality. I both am moving house, so half of my stuff is packed, and also I was juggling too many things at the same time as recording that video. I was trying to prepare for 2 different conventions as well as sign an agreement to buy a new house. So apologies for things not being set up quite like they normally are. I promise things are going to get better, and hopefully videos will be getting more regular by 2024. Until then, definitely hit the bell button to get notifications, because like I live stream randomly. I'm all over the place, and I'm sorry.